Greetings, YouTube. This is Yvette. Welcome to our channel. Blessings to those of you who have recently subscribed. I thank you for that because I have been on this journey, and the journey began with a fast back in 2017. That I did a 40-day vlog, and that's how this channel began, because I really was on a quest to see God. So since that time, I've been on this journey on really just trying to learn more and more about God, because as I read the Bible, I find out, and as I've been taught, because you do Torah, which is Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Those 5 books, you will find everything else in the Bible in there. And so as I was on this quest to learn more about God and about his word, he let me know in his word that there were things in me that needed to come out. And I had this major epiphany as I'm reading the word, because I'm telling you, you cannot read the Bible and not have a relationship with God. You cannot read about the children of Israel and their disobedience and you not love God more. You not say, God, I want to be, listen, God, send me through the test. I would make it. I would not do you like they are. That's how they make you feel. But if you never read that part of the Bible, then you never know. And it is my opinion that most believers don't read the Old Testament. They just kind of stick with the New Testament, and you're missing it. It's almost like coming into the middle of the book. Yeah, you can read Revelation and find out what happens at the end of the book. We win, but it didn't stop any of us from getting all frustrated on our journey, because it don't matter if you win or not. You still get caught up in stuff people say, people do. So here is what I've made our channel be: something where we hear from the Lord and we seek after those things he wants us to seek after. And I'm saying this because as I watch, and I do a lot of research, so there are things that come up and I need to know what's going on in the world. And as I look around, and I usually share this with people when they start talking about their major complaints and this and that, I was like, look, it does not matter who's in office, what goes down where. God will always take care of me. I'm not even worried about that. I don't care if they raise the gas to $10 a gallon. Guess what? He's going to give me increase to cover the $10 gallons gas. If food prices go up, he's going to fix it so that I have food. And God brings things and can bless you in a way. Like, for example, some of you knew that I got a car, and I needed a car to feed homeless people, because the one I was using was it was a very nice car, but I had to lift those bins too high. And I said, God, I really need something that's lower to the ground that can accommodate this. I do not want a car payment, God. I don't want to have to deal with none of that. I don't want to, these were my requests of him. Child, somebody gave me a car. It's like, yeah, if you go fix it, you can have it. He slid into a snow embankment and just was tired of the car. And it happened to be a minivan, and said, you know what, if you fix it, you can have it. $400 is what I spent on that car. I'm going to share with you that God can bring you anything. You don't have to be a millionaire. You already are a millionaire. What is a millionaire? What does it mean to be rich? It means you have everything you need anytime you need it. So while I sit here, honey, I have all the food I want to eat, all the drink I can drink, all the water I can drink. I'm not missing anything. I have everything I need. Why? Because God supplies it to me. So this is where I want us to be, where we don't fret about stuff. You cannot be in the position if you're going to be, hanging out with the enemy, if you're going to be falling for his stuff. So I happen to have a sister, my biological sister, and we have 2 different belief systems. So the way she's being taught, or the group she's with, they teach her that God does not talk to people. She tells me herself, I never hear from God. And I believe her, because they're taught to be very evil. They cuss. It's all right for them to use words, certain swear words. And I said, well, you can't even use those in front of a policeman. You can't go to court and use those words. You can't use them in school. If the world says they're bad words, they're bad words. So why are you using them? Well, they're the ones that made them. That's all the more reason why you shouldn't be using them. If you're not of this world, why are you? We're just in the world. Why are you acting like them? Which brings me to a point. that as we walk on this journey, it is important that you keep yourself unspotted from the world. So what I told my sister, who I believe she takes on these attributes of the enemy, she acts like him. When she gets mad, she'll cuss me out. And I've talked to her about that before. I said, Mom didn't bring up stuff like this. We never talk this way around her. And now you're doing that all the time. You don't even sound like a lady. So she tries her best not to use that language in my presence. But it's in her spirit. But what she does do is she argues with me a lot. Argues all the time. And guess what? That's not how we're supposed to be acting as believers. And then they try to find scriptures to justify what they're doing. Oh, contend for the faith that you got. They ain't got nothing to do with you cussing and yelling and screaming at me and trying to proselyte me to hate white people. That's not what my God tells me. And she told me she hates my God. I don't know what kind of God you serve. The one that loves everybody on earth. That's the one I serve. And so I end up having to hang up on her. And I had to text her. God told me not to be arguing with you. The end, that I could not argue with you. And that is actually true. No, don't even waste your time with that. That's not what I want you getting caught up with. So my sister tends to be a distraction, and I have to distance myself from her. And so as you're on this journey, trust me, the enemy will use people. Now, I expect him to use evil neighbors or people that you just see out in public. I expect that to happen. The enemy to be out there. I expect that. But not from family. You don't expect that. And somebody said, no, I don't even expect strangers to be mean to me. And that's true, because we pray for favor. We ask God to give us favor, and God will do that for us. He will bless us out and around town. And when I say us, I'm saying us, those of us who worship the Lord and are walk according to his word, not thinking we're better than anybody else. Because I'm telling you, the more and more I see in this world and how believers are looking more and more like the world, it disgusts me. And I'm just wondering how God sees it. What does he think about that? He tells us to dress modestly. I will tell you, I buy dresses that go all the way down to the floor. Everything's covered up because I'm so disgusted at seeing naked women, naked men. Men are no better. The tight pants hanging down where I got to see your underwear on some of them, no shirt on, or if you have muscles, you got to wear the tightest shirt around. We know you got muscles even if you don't have a tight shirt on. We can see that you have a nice physique. I don't want to see all that. I don't want to see a female who thinks, oh, my butt is so big. I don't want to see that. And all these camel lashes. And I know that I'm talking to some of you now. Think about where you're getting your style from. Think about what you look like. Do you look like you represent the kingdom? Same thing with men. Those of us who are, are men. As people shop and spend money, God blesses you with increase, and you go buy you the latest Louis Vuitton bag or clothes. I saw a preacher on YouTube, and he had a Louis Vuitton suit on. And let me tell you something. Louis Vuitton didn't even wear a suit that had Louis Vuitton, Louis all over his clothes. I saw him I saw a few suits that he had, and they were name brand, and they were that person's name all over the suit, like a walking billboard for these people. But they didn't pay you to do that, but you paid them thousands of dollars for your outfit. Who are we representing? What is this all about? Don't be like the world, because you're going to find yourself in a situation that's not cool. If I showed you a picture of what's in my garage, well, because I've said this before, we need to prepare, because food is going to go away. And the garage is not totally together because I got to work on it. But behind me, I have shelving, supplies. We make our own detergent and stuff is down over there, and storage stuff. Behind me is where I have coffee and tea up here. There's food. There's all kinds of food all down these racks. Let me show you. All down the garage. We just have a supply, because I'm telling you, there's going to come a time where they're going to stop what we get. And I have everything stacked up. You can't see all this because it starts getting dark, but here's beans. There's a bunch of rice over here. You can't really see that, but it's rice stacked up down to the floor. I have a 55-gallon drum over here that the rice is going to go in once I get it all situated and cleaned out. And it came from food service. So my rice is going to be housed in there once I get it I have a heat gun where I have to go and kill the bugs get in your food. Trust me. When you're in a food plant, bugs get in there because it's open and they can't stop it. So the FDA allows them to have bugs and pieces of animal in your food because it gets in there. So I will do a process. But anyway, the garage has water. It has dry goods, spices, because nobody wants to be eating just rice. You want to spice it up with something. Dried onions, things that I would like. I canned some chicken, made my own jam. We have to get it together because you're going to need to sustain yourself for a while. And I know some of you guys think, oh, the rapture going to come. Listen, it is going to come, but you're going to go through some stuff first.